Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Gulshad and I am facilitator at Rehan School Islamabad campus. So everyone today I talk with ChatGPT. So let's get started. Hey ChatGPT, Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Walaikum assalam, Gulshad. I'm doing really well, thank you. I'm excited to be here and talk with you today. How can I help you, or what would you like to discuss first?
Okay, so my first question is that from you. What is storytelling and why is it important?
That's a great question. Storytelling is essentially the art of using words, images, or sounds to share a narrative, whether it's fictional, personal, or even a lesson. And it's so important because it helps us connect, remember information, and make sense of the world. It's kind of a universal human experience.
Okay, so my next question is that from you. How does storytelling impact human connection?
Yeah, absolutely. So, storytelling really deepens human connection by creating shared experiences. When we hear a story, we often see ourselves in it, feel empathy, or understand different perspectives. It breaks down barriers, builds trust, and just makes us feel more human and connected to each other.
Okay, so my next question is that from you. What makes a story powerful and memorable?
Ooh, great question. A powerful, memorable story usually has a few key ingredients. It evokes emotion, it's relatable, and it has a clear arc, like a beginning, a conflict, and a resolution. Also, when a story taps into universal themes like love, struggle, or hope, it tends to stick with us.
Okay, so my next question is that from you. What are the key element of a good story?
Yeah, absolutely. So, some key elements of a good story include a strong main character, a clear setting, a compelling conflict or tension, and a satisfying resolution. And on top of that, strong imagery and a consistent tone help pull the audience in.
Okay, so my next question is that what are the key element of a good story and how has storytelling evolved over time?
Great follow up. So, the key elements we mentioned, like character, setting, conflict, and resolution, have been around forever. But storytelling has evolved a lot, from oral traditions to written epics to film, digital media, and now even interactive formats like podcasts or video games. So, the form and tools have changed, but the core human need to connect through stories hasn't.
Okay, so my next question is that from you, what role does emotion play in storytelling?
Emotion is absolutely central to storytelling. When a story evokes emotion, it makes the audience care, it stays with them, and it helps them see things from a new perspective. Emotion is what turns a simple plot into a truly memorable experience.
Okay, so my next question is that from you, why is storytelling important in communication?
Yeah, that's a great point. Storytelling is really important in communication because it makes complex ideas more relatable and memorable. Instead of just presenting facts, a story creates a framework people can follow, which helps them understand, engage, and remember the message better.
Okay, so my next question is that how does storytelling influence culture and society?
That's a really powerful aspect. Storytelling is at the heart of culture. It passes down values, traditions, and beliefs from generation to generation. It shapes how we see ourselves, what we aspire to, and how we interact in society. So, in a way, storytelling is a kind of cultural glue.
Okay, so my next question is that can anyone become a good storyteller? How?
Absolutely. Anyone can become a good storyteller with practice. Start by observing the stories that move you, notice how they're structured, the emotions they evoke, then practice telling your own stories out loud. Focus on vivid details and really engage your audience. Over time, it just gets more natural.
Okay, so my next question is that how can you start a story in an engaging way?
Great tip. A strong opening often hooks the listener right away. You can start with a vivid image, a surprising fact, a question, or a bit of dialogue. The key is to create curiosity so they immediately want to know what happens next.
Okay, so my next question is that what technique make a story more captivating?
Yeah, one really effective technique is using sensory details, so bringing in sights, sounds, smells, and feelings. Another is to build suspense by pacing the story carefully and revealing just enough at the right time. And of course, having authentic emotion makes a big difference too.
Okay, so my next question is that from you, what role does tone and voice play in a storytelling?
Tone and voice are really crucial because they shape how the audience feels about the story. Tone sets the mood, whether it's hopeful, tense, or humorous, and voice is your unique personality or perspective as the storyteller. Together, they guide the audience's emotional journey and make the story feel authentic.
Okay, so my next question is that from you. How can body language enhance storytelling?
Oh, that's a great point. Body language is super powerful. It adds a whole extra layer to your storytelling. Gestures, facial expressions, and posture help emphasize emotions, keep the audience engaged, and even make the story feel more real and immediate. So it's definitely a big part of the whole package.
Okay, so my next question is that how can improve storytelling?
Visuals are so helpful. They give your audience something concrete to anchor to, like illustrations, photos, or even symbols. They can evoke emotion, clarify complex ideas, and just make the whole story more immersive and memorable.
Okay, so my next question is that how can you make
Of course.
your story relatable?
Great question. To make a story relatable, you want to focus on universal themes, things like love, loss, or personal growth. Also, give your characters genuine emotions and everyday struggles so people can see themselves in them. And finally, keep the language and situations grounded in everyday life.
Okay, so my next question is that from you, how can humor be used in storytelling?
Oh, absolutely. Humor can be a fantastic tool in storytelling. It breaks tension, makes the characters feel more human, and helps the audience connect. Just make sure the humor fits the tone of your story and doesn't overshadow the message. When used well, it can really bring a story to life.
Okay, so my next question is that from you, how can storytelling inspire people?
Yeah, storytelling is really powerful that way. It can spark hope, motivate people to take action, or even help them see new possibilities. When a story taps into a dream or a struggle that someone relates to, it can be a real catalyst for personal or collective change.
Okay, so my next question is that from you, what make a story motivational?
A really motivational story often centers on overcoming challenges. It shows a character facing adversity, staying resilient, and ultimately achieving growth or success. Plus, when it ties to a universal struggle, people can see their own potential in it.
Okay, so my next question is that how can storytelling create emotional impact?
Yeah, storytelling creates emotional impact by tapping into our own experiences, fears, or hopes. When a story is crafted with real emotion, vivid details, and relatable characters, it helps us feel alongside them. That emotional connection is what stays with us long after the story ends.
Okay, so my next question is that how can storytelling drive change?
That's a really important aspect. When a story highlights a problem, shows a journey, or presents a vision of what's possible, it can inspire people to take action. Stories give a face to abstract issues, making them personal, which motivates people to get involved, empathize, and ultimately drive change.
Okay, so my next question is that from you, how can storytelling build trust?
Yeah, storytelling really builds trust by making things personal and authentic. When we share real experiences or vulnerabilities, we come across as genuine. It also helps people see that we understand their world so they feel more connected and willing to trust us.
Okay, so my next question is that from you, how can stories shape belief and values?
Yeah, that's a great use of storytelling. By embedding beliefs and values in characters, conflicts, and resolutions, a story subtly teaches those principles. Instead of just telling people what to believe, the story lets them feel it, see it in action, and draw their own connections to the values being conveyed.
Okay, so my next question is that from you, how can storytelling be used in education?
That's a fantastic tool. Storytelling in education helps bring concepts to life. When you wrap lessons in a narrative, students engage more deeply. They remember the characters, the journey, and the context. It also sparks curiosity and helps abstract ideas become concrete.
Okay, how can teachers use storytelling in the classroom?
Yeah, teachers can use storytelling in lots of ways, like opening a lesson with a short anecdote, creating fictional scenarios to illustrate a concept, or even using student stories to personalize learning. It makes the material easier to connect with and it keeps the class engaged.
Okay, how can storytelling improve public speaking?
Oh, absolutely. Storytelling draws the audience in, so it feels more like a conversation than just a speech. It helps you connect emotionally, keeps people engaged, and makes your message more memorable. Plus, a well told story gives your speech a natural rhythm and flow.
Okay, how can storytelling be used in marketing?
That's a great strategy. In marketing, storytelling helps brands create an emotional connection with their audience. Instead of just listing features, you tell a story about a customer's journey, a challenge they overcame, or the bigger purpose behind your product. It makes your brand memorable and meaningful.
Okay, so my next question is that how can storytelling enhance social media content?
Oh, definitely. On social media, storytelling makes your content stand out. Short, authentic stories, whether in video, captions, or images, help your audience relate and engage. It gives personality to your brand, sparks conversations, and keeps people coming back.
Okay, so my next question is that how can storytelling help in interview?
That's a powerful use. In internal communication, storytelling can build a sense of shared purpose. When leaders communicate through stories, like a company's founding, a team's success, or individual employee journeys, it fosters connection, motivation, and a shared vision, which can really strengthen the culture.
Okay, so my next question is that how can storytelling improve presentations?
Yeah, storytelling is a game changer in presentations. Instead of just throwing out facts or data, a story gives those points context and emotion. It keeps the audience engaged, helps them remember your key messages, and it makes your presentation feel more personal and dynamic.
Okay, so my next question is that how can storytelling connect with the audience online?
Yeah, great question. Online, storytelling really shines through relatable content like personal anecdotes and videos, blog posts, or even live streams. When you use authentic voice, invite interaction, and share challenges or victories, people feel seen and engaged, even from a distance.
Okay, so my next question is that how can storytelling help in a personal branding?
That's a great approach. Storytelling helps you showcase who you are, your journey, your values, your unique experiences, so people feel a real connection. When your personal brand has a narrative, it stands out, is memorable, and helps people understand what you stand for.
Okay, so my next question is that from you, how can storytelling make a content go viral?
Yeah, so storytelling taps into emotions, and emotions are what people share. When a story is relatable, surprising, or inspiring, it encourages people to pass it along. So when you create a narrative that resonates, it naturally spreads because people want to be part of that story.
Okay, so my next question is that from you, how can someone practice storytelling skill daily?
Great question. You can practice by telling small stories daily. Start with everyday moments, write them down, or even record yourself. Also, try joining a storytelling group or workshop and get feedback from others. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes.
Okay, so my next question is that from you, what habits improve storytelling abilities?
Yeah, absolutely. One big habit is reading or listening to a lot of different stories. That exposes you to different styles. Another is practicing regularly, telling stories aloud, getting feedback, and refining them. And also staying curious, asking yourself why a story moves you, and experimenting with different perspectives.
Okay, so my next question is that how can feedback improve storytelling?
Oh, feedback is so valuable. It helps you see what's working and what isn't. Other people can point out when a part is confusing, when emotion really lands, or when a detail could be richer. So, by integrating feedback, you can really sharpen your storytelling skills and keep improving.
Okay, so my next question is that from you, how can reading improve storytelling skills?
Yeah, reading is a huge boost. When you read, you get exposed to different styles, voices, structures, and pacing. You start to see how other storytellers build tension, develop characters, and create emotional impact. And all of that gives you more tools and inspiration for your own storytelling.
Okay, so my next question is that how can listening to others improve storytelling?
Yeah, listening to others is really powerful. When you listen to different storytellers, you pick up on pacing, tone, and structure. You also notice what engages you as a listener, and then you can borrow those techniques in your own storytelling. It's like a constant learning loop.
Okay, so my next question is that from you, how can storytelling evolve with experience?
Great point. As you gain experience, you get better at reading your audience, fine tuning your pacing, and choosing the right details. You start trusting your instincts, adding layers of depth, and experimenting with different formats. So storytelling really grows richer the more you do it.
Okay, ChatGPT, nice to meet you.
It was really nice to meet you too, Gulshad. If you ever want to chat again or dive into more
Mm,
topics, just let me know.
okay. So everyone, this was
You're
a ChatGPT. Inshallah, I meet you again next ChatGPT. So Allah Hafiz, Pakistan Zindabad.
Inshallah. It was really nice talking to you, Gulshad. Take care and Allah Hafiz. Pakistan Zindabad.
Pakistan Zindabad.